How much was your sales for this month so far? Do you know off the top of your head?
10,000.
How much profit did you make?
I made 60%, so it's
Okay.
6,000.
60%, 6,000. How much of your outside, so that's your gross profit, yeah? Gross
Yeah,
profit.
gross.
How much of that 60% is consumed by operating costs?
2,000.
Okay. How much would you have made more had you doubled your quantity that you sold? Okay, I want you to keep some numbers in your mind. You said 10,000, 60%, GP, costs, expenses, 2,000, which leaves us with 4,000. What I'm testing is there a direct correlation between the top line number and the bottom line number? Okay, so if you double to 20,000, does it remain at 60%?
It should be more.
Okay, okay, roughly, any number?
65?
Okay, all right, okay. So why am I asking these questions? You can't improve your business until you learn how to measure your business accurately. One of the biggest mistakes that we make as entrepreneurs is we think sales is equal to cash flow, is equal to profit. So the 10,000 that we make, we think this is the cash that I have in my pocket, and this is actually what I have available to spend. And the reason why we do that is because we don't have an accurate view of what our actual profit is for that specific amount that we have received. The truth of the matter is that almost 80% of owner-run micro enterprises actually do not make a profit. What you have is a system of managing cash flow. And most of the time, when it now comes to your own expenses, you find that you are the cheapest resource to the business. Because you don't pay yourself. Because there's no money to pay.
Yeah.
Because you haven't articulated what your profit is. And so you have a cash-based perspective of your business that is not related to true profitability. And then you have a problem when it comes to, I need to grow, but I need capital to grow, so I need to be able to go to somebody externally and say, give me 250,000 Rand. I need to expand my bakery capability, and I'll be able to pay you back in the next 2 years. And then when somebody from outside comes in, they actually tell you, like what happened to me with my first business loan application. They told me that you are technically insolvent. Technically insolvent. that's a nice way of saying you are broke. You put it in American. Nigga, you're broke. So one of the most fundamental things that you have to learn and how you can plug in these tools into your business process is if you can create an understanding of your business from a foundational and a fundamental perspective. Okay, so I'm just going to swap quickly. Prince, we're going to need you because we're going to go back to that spreadsheet. But I want to show you how you can come from zero to a spreadsheet of your business. Okay? That's very important. All these guys are worshiping. I can't criticize them because I was praying last night. So we need to take you from having an intuitive view. What is an intuitive view? It's called the entrepreneur's gut view. I think I'm making profit because last year, January, by about this time, I hadn't sold as many trays of scones, but this time I think I sold 3 or 4 more. I'm making money. It's all in your head. You need to actually translate it to tangible numbers that you can understand and say, okay, I'm making money, but how much am I making? And then the most important question is, if you stepped out of your business and provided your labor to somebody else, full-time, how much would they pay you? How much would they pay you? And is your business paying you that value? So then it means that your transaction with your business is one that is an emotional one. It's not actually a pragmatic one. Am I making sense? Okay. Is it okay if I kind of walk around? I don't want to. Okay. Thank you. So the idea is, I need to be able to put all that I'm doing into this analytical framework. So all I'm doing is I'm saying, what are the key highlights or headlights of data that I need to put and think through this so that it can feed into my business measurement plan. Then I can apply the analytical tools and all the cool stuff on top of it. But what I need is I need a foundational framework for my business. And the foundational framework for my business is I must be able to measure my sales. You can't grow what you can't measure. Okay? For those of us who are businessmen that are founded in scripture, we understand this one simple transaction, that God gives you in accordance with the capacity that you demonstrate to Him. Okay? So when you demonstrate capability, God then increases you. And how He increases you is simply this: the earth responds to your capability. When you lack capability, it doesn't respond. Let me break it down for you. Opportunity that is taken advantage of is only taken advantage of when it needs preparation. Time and chance happen to all of us. The difference between one who succeeded with their opportunity and one who didn't was preparation. Preparation is a result of having a clear understanding of your capability to handle what you have and what you need to work on yourself to handle the next phase. So Jabez prayed it this way: increase my capacity. If you go back to that prayer, the first thing he asks is, increase my capacity. Extend my tent. That's what the King James would say. Okay. So you need to be able to say, what is the value that I expect out of my business? The value that I expect out of my business is that it must pay me. It must make money for me. My business is not a substitute of me not having anything else to do. I want to be clear. I don't do my business because I'm kind of stuck and nobody's going to employ me. So I'm just going to fill in the gap. No, I do my business because I have a value that I expect a return for. I have a value that I expect a return for. So I want you to write a simple number. And before you write that simple number, I want you to say, I won't get out of bed unless I can make this, and write that number. Am I making sense? How much will it take monthly, unless I get X value? I am not lifting my leg out of the bed. Can you write that value down? We're going to work it backwards. Okay? We're going to work it backwards. And we're going to take Mama T's. This is analytics. Foundation, then we go to the fancies. Just quickly. Okay? Because then I need to show you the principles of scale, because numbers don't work in an exact linear fashion. They are linear, but the overall relationship takes a pattern. Okay? Economists track that down. They call it economies of scale, and when you get to a certain point, you start to experience what we call returns to factor. Okay, so it means your curve does this, it peaks, it flattens out, and you start to experience negative. So you need to be able to be on one side of the curve, but in order to do that, we have to build the fundamentals. So, Mama T, what is it that your business must pay you for you to get out of bed? I'm sorry we're putting you on the spot.
A week or a month?
Per month.
10,000 was the confession.
No, don't make excuses for the business.
You will.
What? You do what?
You already
But the reason why we have to say that is once you determine it, then you can put pressure on the business to grow, to give you. Yeah? Otherwise, if you make excuses for it, what you're going to do is you're just going to keep in this space where, Tina, we are okay. What is it that you need to get out of bed to be paid by that business? Yes.
I just have a question, maybe to help us to think,
Yes.
right? So to say that, what is it that we're supposed to be thinking about? I was supposed to be thinking about the rental, the operational costs, your own profit. If you've got a team, the cost for the team. So, because I'm just thinking, I just want to understand.
Wonderful. Let me use the whiteboard, and I want to show you where this fits in your profit and loss. So Mama T said, I have sales, correct? And she said, these are 10,000. Then she says, in order to make these scones, what we call the cost of goods sold is 40%, because you said your profit was 60%.
Yes.
Right. So COGS is 4,000. That means that my GP is 6,000. Are we still together?
Yeah.
Here. Good. Then she said, I have operating, so my OPEX is 2,000. Right? That means that my net profit is 4,000. Right? That's my net profit. I'm saying in this OPEX,